Hello friends, this is Jimmy Singh, broker owner of Supermax Realty, 647-961-2639. So friends, in today's video, I would like to update regarding mortgage deferral program in Canada. And last night I was reading a report by different banks, BMO and RBC, and there were lots of good positive signs and good news. So if you're following me for the last couple of months, and I've been posting since March and April post COVID, that the biggest concern some people have is the what happened once the mortgage deferral finishes, how many people go in different arrears. So what is the percentage? So if you watch my old videos, I have gone in detail about the default ratios and what are the concerns about different lending institutions. So what they are saying right now is some of the largest Canadian banks, they are expressing confidence that most of the borrowers who took mortgage deferrals for the mortgages, they will be able to resume their payments soon. And earlier this week, a chief financial officer of Bank of Montreal said that most of the commercial and consumer borrowers, they have resumed their payments. And similarly, a big portion of RBC borrowers who have deferred their payments, the CFO of RBC was saying, the default ratio won't be higher because those loans have loan to values in mid 50s. What it means is most of the people have substantial equity in their homes and their credit rating is pretty good. So they said their FICO or credit score is 750 or higher. So they are quality people. And RBC is also saying that we are not looking to see these people, default or, on their mortgages. And we don't see a big spike in foreclosure, which a lot of, media outlets or, people have concern regarding those things. And they expect, most of the people who deferred their mortgage payments, they will remain in their own house at the end users. And BMO also said 99% of the borrowers, they have actually finished their deferral programs and are up to date. And what are the left borrowers, all those balances will be resolved by the end of year. And earlier in March, the Office of Superintendent of Financial Institution, or what we call OSFI, they put in place, as different mortgage deferrals, for different loans. And they told the banks, basically all these loans should be considered performing loans versus non-performing. Non-performing loan basically, guys, means if somebody is behind 90 days in their payments, that is called non-performing. And OFSI is the one institute which pushes the banks to set aside additional capital in case the losses of the banks rises. So they told them not to worry about it, and even the deferral is 90 days, they should treat those loans as performing loans. And more than 3/4 of the million, 3/4 quarter of million mortgage holders, they did defer when situations happened because there was so much uncertainty and people were trying to preserve their capital for the rainy day and hedge against those uncertain times. But once things start getting a little normal, people start making their payments because nobody likes to pay more interest than it is necessary. And right now I talked to some of the lenders and they are saying, recent report says up to as high as 90% mortgage borrowers, now they're back making regular payments. And now recent news says OSFI office saying they're basically gradually phasing out all these deferral programs, and moving forward, it is up to the lender's discretion whether they want to give somebody a chance for a month or two, moving forward for deferring their payments. So if you are in a financial crunch, you have to go and ask the bank whether you'll be able to defer further. And they will probably ask you question to the effect that, how you're going to make the future payments. So if you don't have any legit, reasonable answer, they are not going to go and give you free extensions moving forward. And here is what I tell people who are in financial stress. Since housing market have done very well in last couple of years, including this year, so if you are in a financial hardship, unfortunately, it's better you sell the house without bank, instead of bank taking over and then selling it for you. Or if you have an option to refinance your current loan to put all the debts to increase the cash flow, today's interest is really low. That is another option for you. Why? Because right now you are in control of your property, so you can talk to your agent, you can paint it, stage it, renovate it to fetch the top dollar, as the market is still very good in all the southern Ontario market. Because if bank take over your house as a foreclosure, it's going to cost you more fee, and then the bank dictates how he's going to sell and what price he's going to sell, right? It might eat lot of your equity. So, and recently also one of the reports was saying the MNP Consumer Debt Index is saying 61% Canadians now are feeling more confident, and they have sufficient money set aside to cover next year expenses, and there's a spike to it. So obviously as we see, there's a solid recovery. Initially nobody knew that it's going to be V-shaped recovery. I was predicting in my video in March, mid-March or April, if the relapse happened with COVID in fall market, instead of V, we might have like elongated V or kind of swoosh, like a Nike swoosh. But again, everybody was surprised with the it just shows the normal demand, pent-up demand, and the low interest rate. People still are bullish about owning their own home, and shelter is a big driver. That's what we find out, right? So guys, if any of you live in Greater Toronto area, Golden Horseshoe, London, and you are exploring your option to put your debts together or refinance and don't know how to start, give me a call. My number is 647-961-2639. I can connect with you some of the good brokers who I know for the last 15 years. Or if you're considering selling your property for the top dollar, give Supermax team a call for a free market evaluation. Again, you can visit my website www.supermaxrealty.ca, or you can call me directly 647-961-2639. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can go to Real Estate Edge with Jimmy Singh. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, or if you have any comments, kindly leave your comments and I will get back to you. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day, guys.